It's Tuesday. No, I'm not doing it.
At least you got the day right.
Live from Vanguard's all-new Vote For utility closet.
It's all their closets.
It's a closet where they only vote for things. It's an all-new terrific Tuesday edition of Business Pants, joined by Ari the Data Queen. Damian Rollis is in a cabin somewhere.
Middle of nowhere.
No one knows where he is.
No signal.
I have no idea where he is.
Will he come back?
In today's future black female president, called July 24th, 2024, it's BIZ Nuggets! Hey! So it's just the two of us.
Yep. And I did 0 BIZ Nuggies.
You didn't do any nuggets. We also have a list.
I did make a list.
You did make a list. So you did do something to actually participate in this show.
I contributed in some way.
Which is nice because our show today is being sponsored by FreeFlow Analytics, the only platform measuring board power, connections, and performance. And it's free.
Free.
You can go to freeflowanalytics.com. You can actually log into freeflowanalytics.com with an email address and see 90,000 active directors and how they perform and all sorts of stuff about them.
Last update in July.
Can I just say that's insane?
I know. That's a lot.
That not only is that a lot, but you can't get anything free anymore. Can you think of the last time you got something that was like free that didn't cost you $1,000 to get in the first place?
Even when I try to find my discount codes on Reddit.
I mean, you buy stuff at Starbucks to get stars to get something for free,
and then my stars expire.
And then and you're really happy about that, but you've spent hundreds of dollars at Starbucks to get it.
Yeah, not proud.
Not. All right. So today I'm going to do some nuggets, and Ari is going to, I don't know, sit there quietly until I'm done.
I'm going to stare at myself.
And then we're going to move on, and we're going to do something else that's actually might actually learn something. You ready for some nuggets?
Yep.
All right. Let's just do this thing. I love this music too. The nugget music. I think they misspelled giant wiper. Headline of the week. The Tesla Cybertruck is a culture war on wheels. In fact, I've read a bunch of articles about how today is Tesla's earnings. There are 11,000 Cybertrucks have been sold and delivered so far.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. And there's one down the street.
I saw it this morning.
That can't fit in its garage because it's too fat. But also, I also heard that 11,000 Tesla Cybertrucks have been recalled for their giant wiper problem.
Oh, yeah, it was raining today.
I know.
I wonder how that went.
It didn't go well, I imagine. Hey, guys, look. I think I can finally see the mesosphere. Yeah, look, there's Jeff Bezos and William Shatner. We must be close to home by now. Headline of the week. The Boeing Starliner is a little bit closer to coming home.
What's that even mean? How a little bit closer?
Well, apparently they're trying to figure out the thruster problem.
Oh.
But I like to think that they're just moving slightly closer to Earth, like over time.
One day they'll make it back.
One day. I mean, somehow Jeff Bezos has figured out Boeing's existed for 100 years? Jeff Bezos has figured out how to go to the mesosphere and come back. And Boeing has not yet figured that out.
Well, Boeing has other problems. They're trying to figure out how to just land normal planes.
Yeah, without them crashing into the ocean or losing parts. We've ruled out alien origin, French origin, and ethnic origin. Are there any other guesses? Headline of the week. Rice sold in 7 states recalled due to possible contamination of rodent origin.
Ew.
I just like that phrase.
Are we one of the states?
No, we're not one of the states. It is an organic farm. It is a family-owned farm based out of California. I had to look it up because I eat so much rice. But no, we are not one. But I like the idea of rodent origin.
No.
Like,
I don't.
Like they didn't know the rodent, but they know it's a rodent, so they just went with rodent origin. In our tailwinds include lots of demand for large packages, as well as rectangular packages of intermittent sizes and hexagonal packages containing primarily star-shaped objects. However, small package demand is weak, and we're seeing an inflation impact on our micro package and nano package business. Headline of the week: UPS misses quarterly estimates on high labor costs, weak small package demand.
That itself sounds like a joke.
Isn't it a joke? Small package demand. I mean, there's the obvious penis reference there, but like for me, I just like that they segment it and like we have large package demand, medium package demand, and small package demand.
And nobody wants the small package.
And nobody
right
wants
now.
a small package
Nobody
right
wants a small
now.
package.
Nobody's sending anything real tiny.
It's big package season.
I don't even know what that means. In our Hey Ma. I love the Hey Ma's. Damien does them better than I do, but I like them anyway. In our Hey Ma, the windows in our dog mansion won't open, and the floors are warping in our exercise mansion. Oh, and our rice mansion has contamination of rodent origin. Tell Dad. Headline of the week: billionaire Palmer Luckey keeps getting stuck in the elevator of his car mansion.
Stop.
Lawsuit claims.
Oh my God.
That's a real headline.
He's suing the elevator manufacturer.
He's suing the elevator manufacturer because apparently the elevators are malfunctioning when he tries to move the cars around from upper level to lower level in his car mansion. He spent $3.8 million on a mansion just for his cars.
Wow.
That's what happens when you sell Oculus Rift to Mark Zuckerberg and then go manufacture defense drones using AI.
This is what happens when you had too many Hot Wheels in your house.
I think there's a lot of Hot Wheels in his house. He needs a mansion for his Hot Wheels. In our call centers, we're actually better. Headline of the week: bot shit is an example of how AI is making customer service worse.
Huh.
So have you heard of bot shit?
No.
So apparently the story is about some people were calling the airlines to, this guy in Canada called an airline, bereavement, going to a funeral, and had all the documents. And he talked to an AI chatbot.
Oh.
That told him he could apply after he flew for the bereavement discounts. And then the airline said, no, that doesn't apply. You have to do it before you fly.
Oh, they
He
got
had to take it.
misinformation here.
Yeah, I had to take it to a Canadian tribunal that found that the bot lied and he was entitled because according to their policy, he was entitled. So now we have a problem.
Can't trust anybody.
When you talk to an AI chatbot, it doesn't just lie to you online when you ask it for what the boiling temperature of water is. It now lies to your face when you call it to talk to it.
I don't understand. This
service.
seems like a very simple decision tree with any questions they can answer.
You'd think that the AI chatbot would be able to take the policy facts and spit them out.
Correct.
That's all it
Better
needed
than
to do.
people.
Yeah, that's all it needed to do. It does not. And it makes me miss in the 90s, you'd call customer service centers and it would route you to India and they would pretend not to be from India. They'd be like, my name is Larry Smith in a thick Indian accent. My name is Larry Smith and I'm from Virginia, right? I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying it's unlikely.
Let's go back to that.
Let's go back to that. That was just as good. In our Zuckerberg, in a statement, claimed the original algorithm pushed users to overweight, balding white men living in their parents' basement, but this has been much better for business. Headline of the week: brand new Instagram accounts are pushed towards scantily clad women and sexist memes. I do like to think that Zuckerberg's first algorithm was
he's going back to the basics. Hot or not? Let's
it is hot or not.
Women.
It is. And don't say Instagram anymore. Just say Mark Zuckerberg's Instagram.
He is pushing the scantily clad women.
Zuckerberg is pushing you towards scantily clad women and sexist memes, much like his origins. In our drive-by headline assassination headline of the week, Napa Valley Tourism Board CEO accused by employees of creating toxic workplace mismanaging funds. So I pulled this because I wanted to make a joke about it. Because what was funny to me was like Napa Valley Tourism Board. Like that's like 4 people, right? Like
very important position. This is the CEO of said tourism board.
It just feels like you can't escape toxic workplaces even at the Napa Valley Tourism Board, right? Like it just seemed like so small. It turns out the complaints were an unsigned letter sent by employees to the board of the Napa Valley Tourism Board, the board of the board, who then hired a third party to investigate. The third party interviewed all the employees in these long interviews, produced a report, and the report's conclusion is that there is no evidence that in any way supports the workplace bullying or financial impropriety allegations.
Would you look at that?
It's just like, I wanted to make a joke about like even small CEOs are accused of like Larry says to Carl, like, I don't like your work. And Carl files like something to the board.
And here comes the third party.
And
asking all 5 people, tell me the truth.
Tell me the truth of what happened. And it turns out nothing actually happened.
Never mind.
But the headline still is Napa Valley Tourism Board CEO accused by employees of creating toxic workplace mismanaging funds, instead of a headline that said, nothing happens at Napa Valley Tourism Board. Right? Like, what is that? In our, finally, some employees not offended by swastikas, racism, and union bashing. Headline of the week. Musk says Tesla to use humanoid robots next year.
Wow. Already.
Manufacturing robots, yeah. Humanoid ones, though. Like walking around, I suppose.
Weird.
I mean, when they go to the bathroom, they won't be offended by the swastikas on the wall.
They can get rid of all the bathrooms.
They don't even, true. They don't need, I mean, he doesn't like talking about gender at all. So
perfect. Now
there's no bathrooms. You don't have to worry about it. This is a Biz Nugget pop quiz. Which is woker? Walking your cat on a leash or throwing away food without apologizing to it? Headline of the week. Headlines of the week. Which do you think is woker?
Definitely your cat on a leash.
Wrong. Both are woke. Here are the headlines. Woke pet owners who put cats on leads and take them for a walk slammed by RSPCA.
What?
And your second headline, woke scientists say you should apologize to foods before you bin them. Both of these are British headlines, by the way.
What is going on over there in the UK?
I don't know, but they have taken the mantle from the US of woke ridiculousness. Like,
I do feel a little bad throwing away food.
Well, apparently the scientists here, it's in Japan, and they are looking for a way for you to not throw away so much food. So they're not actually saying you should apologize to foods before you throw them out. It's really a way of you feeling guilty. So they're like, if you apologize, you will feel guilty about doing it and will waste less food.
Okay.
But those are woke scientists.
I'll try. Okay. I'll try the woke scientist way.
I'm not sure if it works. We're deeply sorry, but we feel it's important that we mention 79.9% of investors' shares did approve our CEO's 256% year-over-year raise. So there is some good news here. Headline of the week. Delta CEO apologizes for flight cancellations as Transportation Secretary demands prompt refunds for passengers.
Prompt refunds. That's what I want too.
His pay went from $9 million summary pay to $34 million year over year.
That's why.
I feel like the prompt refunds could be entirely pulled from
that person's pocket.
Yeah, that one guy.
Yep. I'm waiting for my.
We did do a proxy countdown on Delta, and we highlighted them as the best of the worst industry ever.
I do remember saying, I love Delta when you were working on that.
Yeah, you did. Because they're the best worst. Like, everyone hates flying everywhere. The whole industry sucks. And Delta sucked very slightly less than everybody else.
Southwest is rejoicing right now.
Yeah, Southwest is very happy. In fact, do you know why Southwest's systems didn't go down. They didn't have any problems.
Because you're so old?
Because they did not update their OS. Dead serious. Having the oldest board and management team of all the U.S. airlines actually helped because they did not know how to upgrade the OS.
Okay.
And this is, I'm going to transition to you in just a couple here. You ready?
Oh, okay. I'll get ready. Woo!
There you go. Wake up. In our America's CEO announces he will step down in 2025. Headline of the week, Joe Biden is dropping out of the presidential race.
Wow. Well, you did say that was going to happen on Friday. You said by this weekend, it will be over.
I actually had inside sources knowledge. I talked to somebody who talked to somebody who was inside who told me that Biden would use COVID, isolation, and health as cover to drop out of the race.
Whatever he needed.
Hey, look, I'll take it. It's a little sad. Biden is maybe one of the better presidents in modern presidential history.
Yeah.
The amount of stuff he got done is insane.
Right. I agree.
Meanwhile, in our America announces a DEI CEO potential replacement for 2025 headline of the week, Kamala Harris wins enough support to clinch Democratic nomination.
Oh, DEI. Boy.
Oh, did I say that? When you say DEI, I assume you mean incredibly intelligent or highly qualified. Or maybe gay, black, female globalist. Please explain, headline of the week, what people mean when they call Kamala Harris a DEI candidate. That's a headline. That's an actual headline. What they mean when they call Kamala Harris a DEI candidate. Let me sum up what they mean. They mean black woman. They mean, they basically is just veiled racism. You say DEI candidate, I mean, she's equally, if not way more qualified
This is so bad.
than many, many presidents, much less the president she's running against. Speaking of horror stories, gay, black, female globalists may, in fact, matter. Headline of the week, 44,000 black women raised $1.5 million for Kamala Harris in 3 hours on a Zoom call that crashed the online meeting platform.
A Zoom call. That's pretty good for 3 hours.
I actually did some populist math here.
That's exciting.
There are about 35 million black women of voting age in the United States right now. On average, on that Zoom call, the 44,000 black women on average gave about $11. If every black woman in America were to donate $11 to Kamala Harris,
We could save the
it would
nation.
be $370 million that she would raise.
All right. Almost twice as much as just Elon Musk pledged to Trump.
Yes. So every black woman in America giving a Starbucks order to Kamala Harris equals double what Elon Musk by himself is boringly giving to Donald Trump. Congratulations.
Let's do it.
In our 27 years at the Secret Service, served Vice President Cheney, Vice President Biden, won a Presidential Rank Award for exceptional service, majored in criminal justice, but it was the vagina's fault. Headline of the week, congressional conservatives use Trump assassination attempt to attack Secret Service diversity drive. Ma'am, you are a DEI horror story.
Oh.
That's a quote, DEI horror story.
That's awful. And I believe she just stepped down.
She resigned.
That's-
Yeah. I mean,
I would too.
look, there were security failures, but can we just stop it with it was DEI's fault?
Yeah, that's so dumb.
It wasn't a vagina's fault here. It had nothing to do with that. In fact, I went through all of the heads of the Secret Service prior, and there's like every one of them has some scandal. Like Not
to mention that there was a president assassinated, right?
There was one during the Obama years that the scandal was they were all hiring prostitutes.
Oh,
and
boy.
like selling weapons to Mexican cartels.
Well, that's not a DEI problem.
Right. Well, because they were all men, then you
Right.
couldn't say it was this is the vagina's fault. For that, it was different. It was liberals, not DEI. And then finally, let's get out of this so we can go to something meaningful. In our DEI horror story headline of the week, and I think this is DEI actually.
Why is that?
Donald Trump is now the oldest party nominee for president in U.S. history.
This is a diversity I do not support.
Ageist. You're ageist.
That's okay.
Yeah, wow. Okay. Well,
What, 78 years old, right? That's what I
he is.
looked up today. He's 78.
He is 78. Biden was going to be the oldest, and he ceded oldest to the other guy running in the same race.
The second oldest white dude, who's now the oldest.
The second oldest white dude, not in America,
Well,
but
feels
running for president.
running for president.
It feels like in America, though. All right, which means we
My
are going to
list.
move on to Ari's
Yep.
mega list
Not to be confused with MAGA list.
of corporate Trumps.
Yep. I wanted to find out, where do the Trumps of the U.S. rule in large cap and mega cap companies?
Oh, so we're looking at.
We're looking at, I looked at anybody
You
that
don't
was
mean like
older than Trump.
MAGAs, right?
No.
Like you just mean purely age.
Purely age.
All right.
And I only focused on U.S. companies that were large cap and mega cap. So that was 610 companies. And I have a top 5 list of the oldest influence in the country.
Wow.
Yep. The oldest, most influential.
Well, did you rule out, because I don't see on this list,
Yeah.
a Berkshire Hathaway?
Yeah. I did rule them out.
Yeah, just because Warren Buffett might be the oldest human at this point.
He is the oldest human.
Okay.
He didn't make the top 5, but
He didn't make the top 5.
no, he didn't.
Wow.
I mean, his board did not make the top 5.
Oh,
Sorry.
this is the-
he himself. This is at board level.
Oh, this is board level.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Now we're clear. These are the oldest board level companies.
Yep. And I
in the
looked at
United
body
States.
count and the sum of their influence. And we're going to start with number 5, which is a company, a multifamily REIT called UDR
Oh.
Inc. Yep.
They own warehouses for catheters?
Multifamily REIT. This is not commercial. But 3 out of the 10, so 30% of their board, were 79 years old or older.
Wow.
And they held 34% of the influence.
Ooh.
But I was like, all right, real estate, old people like to hog stuff.
I don't. That feels
They were there
wrong.
first. They were there first.
That feels wrong, but continue.
Then I got into aerospace and defense by Heiko Corporation, which I actually haven't heard of them before. But 41% of the influence is held by 3 people 79 and above.
Wow.
Yeah, 3 out of 10. Again, another
Are they all named
30%.
Heiko? Although it looks like an acronym for something.
It does look like an acronym, but no, the last name wasn't there. And then, along with your Berkshire Hathaway comment, Oracle, the software company where dinosaur Larry Ellison, I believe is his name.
Is dinosaur part of his name, or is that just your?
I call my son Milosaur sometimes, so it could be an endearing term.
No, I don't think so.
Larrysaur. This is a 15-person board, and 5 of them. This isn't just Larry Ellison. 5 of them are older than Trump.
Wow.
Yep, and they hold 74% of the influence, mostly because Larry Ellison has most of the influence.
I'm gonna say that there are some industries where having a third of your board be older than 78.
But software.
But software
Right?
does not seem like one where either I would guess it or is a good idea I mean,
I found that surprising. I was not surprised by the real estate or even the defense aspect of the other one. Number 2 is a retail real estate company.
this one makes sense to me.
Kimco Realty Corporation,
Yeah.
where 3/8 of the boardroom is older than Trump, comprising 65% of the influence.
Wow. I don't like that much influence.
But listen to this. This is the worst one.
Hold on. We need a drum roll for this.
This is the worst. And not even just by the initial numbers I pulled. But Teledyne Technologies, what are you doing? The electronic equipment company. 63% of their influence, 45% of their body count is older than Trump. I looked into it further, and so that's 5 out of 11 people older than Trump. 8 out of the 11 are in their 70s or their 80s. 8. Those 8 average 78.5 years old. Are you? That's 8. That's insane. That's 8 out of the 11.
That's a lot.
That's
is a lot.
And the other 3 that were added, they were added in 2019, 2020, and 2021. 2021 was the last year anyone that currently sits on the board was added. What are they doing?
What do they do?
They
Actually, do they
equipment.
They make equipment. But are they making like it? I mean, like, are they making like the?
They're not making anything an 85-year-old can make right now. Let me just tell you that.
I mean, like, I'm hoping that they are making, I don't know, like the actual switches that you put on lights or something like that, and not something that matters, like a sensor used to blow up something.
This is a large cap company making electronic equipment. It does matter. And 8 out of the 11 people are super old.
Oh, well, that's fun.
No, it's not. I don't like it at all.
So,
not to mention that in their industry, in their sector, right? They're in the IT sector because of the electronic equipment. But the average of all those directors is 61 years old. The average of those 8 directors is 78.5. That's significant.
do you think we should have an age cap on being on a board?
I think there should be an age cap for everything. Yes.
Really, for everything?
Yeah, everything.
Like, what about for free float?
Everything except for volunteer positions. You can volunteer.
Oh, well, that's nice of you. That's our resident ageist millennial, Ari, the data queen, telling everyone 78 and older,
You're done.
get out.
Go home. Take a break. Rest up. Prop your feet up.
That's our show. I'm not sure how I feel about the show. It was actually really hard to...
It took a weird turn.
Yeah, it was hard to be like one-liner funny. I really needed Damien today.
There's just not that. I mean, even dark humor is hard right now.
Yeah, everything feels hard.
Dark humor is too real.
That's Ari, the data queen. I'm your analyst, soul, Matt Mascardi. We are Free Float. If you like this, but don't judge us on just this alone, go listen to all the other shows. We have other episodes of this show. We have the Proxy Countdown. We got a show coming up on Thursday. I don't even know what the Proxy Countdown on Thursday is going to be about. It's unclear yet, but we're going to dive deep into some boards. Maybe check out the end of Proxy season. On Friday, we'll wrap up the week. But until then, good